Hey YouTube, Kiraqualia here, bringing you guys another one of my Cardfight Vanguard market price watches for April 2017. Actually been a little while since I did one of these, so we're pretty backed up on cards to review. A lot of changes have happened with prices with the upcoming releases of the Sendo Aichi Legend Deck, GBT11, and a bunch of other things. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Starting off, we have some of the Royal Paladin support that has jumped up in price. Luminous Light King of Knights Alfred Oath is actually at a $34 to $35 price range, and that's become the norm for this card. This is totally completely to blame for the Legend deck that's coming out. People want this as their main grade 3, in a sense, as backup to Blaster Blade Exceed that's coming out. It's just a good card to run. It keeps consistency, which is why, definitely going to be a thing for the deck, especially since it's Royal Paladin, and that's a very popular deck on its own. So I can see this card being the price, especially since Try 3 Next is also hard to come by now box-wise, which you can either make your money back with this, All Mile, or Asha, making the box very popular for those cards. Up next, we have Blaster Blade, the original art. This card is seeing a $20 gap, which it hasn't been at that price for a good while now. I think originally this card stood at that price, if not a little less, but people want these Blaster Blades, I guess just for the art. It does have a very unique art, and the new reprint is going to have the anime art of the card, so people looking to trend away from that will definitely want to pick these up. Thingsaver Dragon has also jumped back up in price. This card's fluctuated between the $20 range to the teen range, back and forth. I can see it sticking at this price just because, once again, Legend deck support is a thing. People are hype about the different types of builds they can make, and this is just another option with Blaster Blade as its mate. I can see it. The pack is out of print, making it more difficult to get these cards. And just sticking around that price is what I'll see happen until the popularity or the hype for the deck dies down. Up next, Stealth Dragon Shiranui. This card is a now, I think, $40 card, almost reaching 50. This is completely to blame for the fact that we were probably expecting a reprint for this card with the Nubatama trial deck, but we saw that we're getting the new Shiranui in that trial deck as the main card, meaning we probably won't see this card, as a reprint unless it's maybe reprinted, in the set 11 as one of the so many reprints that we get, or if not there, we'll probably just see it in the SP pack for Nubatama in set 11, which means if you're going to run this card in the deck, difficult to get by. The technical booster was already short printed as it was, and just making it more difficult as the pack's now out of print. So people who have their playsets are in luck. Others, will probably have to spend at minimum probably $30 a Shiranui to grab this card. 99th Dimensional Robo Commander Great Diarth is the most expensive stride for D-Robos at the time, mostly because I think, just the difficulty to pull it. Dimax is in the latest set, which is, coming close second for price-wise. Leo, a little easier since it was a fighter's collection, not as needed. This is, first turn stride card here, and the deck is complete. It's really good, so I can see it being this price just for difficulty of obtaining this card. Nebula Dragon, Big Crunch Dragon is another card that shot up in price. Now, this card originally was, I think, in this price area, but slowly lowered down. I'm not sure, if either it's just because of the fact that Link Joker's been doing pretty well regional-wise, making people want to pick this card up, and also causing the price increase. You can see there are a couple cards for Link Joker that also, are just, sticking to a good price range. But this is staple in a lot of Link Joker decks. So if the deck is doing well, this price range is pretty, understandable. Monblock Luger, Blouse were a recent release in the latest GBT10 booster pack, so $24 for this break ride. We do have the new Volmon Block Luger in the set, but in my opinion, this card is still much, much more useful and needed compared to that one. It's just, more budget backup. If you don't have the Mons to afford, use Volmond. But like I said, this card makes the stride effect, worthwhile, being able to break ride your Galaxy with this card, and then just get your multiple attacks off with your rear guards also. Silverthorn, Empress, Venus Luquier. We have the Rummy Labyrinth pack coming out next month, which is going to be, Big hype for Silverthorns and a bunch of other Grand Blue support. So this card's seeing $32. This one, it's basically maybe going to be your second backup to the card. Much better than Luke Ware Reverse. It's got the limit break effect. Silverthorn Dragon is getting the Break Stride reprint as well, so there's no need for the old one to be used since we have the new version that works with striding. So like I said, for grade stuck games, this card is definitely the one to go for. So the price range, hype, people are looking for this. It's going to be the one to use in the deck. Moving on now, we have one Gen Rare that's standing above all the others as the most expensive Gen Rare, and that's Rakuto Stealth Dragon Sumo Rakan. There's one left for $55. Then other than that, you're looking at ones where people adjusted the price to be $80, which is crazy. I haven't seen a Gen Rare since Next Stage be that expensive, and even then it required the reprint. But this card is so good in Nubatama. It has the hand restriction with just a CB2, putting down your opponent to 3 cards with User Shiranui. If this card doesn't see a reprint, either we have to see another, very, very needed stride come out, or this is going to be basically staple for the deck, especially since we're getting the critical trigger that allows for unflipping, so you'll also, won't be eating up your counterblast with this card. It'll become much more viable. Commander Laurel, this card always has been, in the high price range. We are seeing $40. It's just because of the Grand Gallop usage and D-Robos that this card is this price. It's staple. We haven't seen a reprint of this card either, which I thought we've seen a lot. Like Dorian the Thruster got a reprint. Ruin Shade got a reprint. It's a big shocker that this card has not given the alternate art reprint, treatment either. It definitely needs it, in my opinion. This card is staple in almost all D-Robo decks, Dimension Police decks, a definite reprint for America. Revival Collection too. If this card's not reprinted, it's a big shock for me. Protect Orb Dragons actually jumped back up to $25. This card, I think it has to deal with the Kagero support that's going to be in set 11. Protect Orb Dragon. I'm seeing a shield trend for the new card, so maybe this will play into that as well. Air Elemental Sabreeze. This card is $16 at the minimum right now, which is very surprising. Just for that increase all of a sudden, I blame it to the fact that Fire's Collection 2016, not so much that's out of print. I've seen some in stock, but I guess it's more the fact that people, would prefer just to buy this card than to just, go for a whole box in which the other cards are not as expensive anymore, including Screw You. Dismal's up there, but most of the time people are just looking for this card, and I can blame that for the price increase. It's one of the most needed stride staples just to fight grade lock game in a lot of decks. Charleroi, or Scarleroi, I'm butchering that name, Vampire. $14 minimum for this card. I see that to be the fact that Dark Irregulars are also getting support in set 11, and we're seeing a new version of him in that. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what that is. Hype's going to keep this price up, like it does for a lot of things like Victor and Gurgawit. So expect that price if you have them. Get rid of them now for that price. It'll be well worth it because I do see him dropping in the end after that. And reaching the end, Starvader Freeze Ray Dragon, keeping on with the Link Joker trend, $20. It's become the main staple for a lot of the decks that play it. Your main card just because you lock during your opponent's turn, then go aggressive on your turn. Scarface Lion, $10, Hollow Critical for Gurgawit. Once again, this is just to blame for the hype of, new Gurgawit. People need these crits for the deck, obviously. So, when you buy them out, this is what tends to happen. And lastly, for set 10, we have the most expensive double rare to come out of that pack is Belial Owl. It's looking in between $18 to $20 for this card. You definitely need it for Luard. A crit option doesn't take up too many of your spots. Just get rid of your vanilla. Run this. And I also saw it was short print. I saw a case opened up recently where only 6 were pulled. Meanwhile, 8 of other double rares are pulled, so definitely a short print on that part when it's definitely needed. So hopefully, if you're splitting a kit with someone, let's hope there's not 2 shadow players, because with the ratios I've seen, you're not going to pull 8 of this most of the time. But that's it for this price watch. I hope you all enjoyed. I love bringing you guys these videos. I get a chance to look at the cards myself, provide a little information on you of what's changed and all that. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Kiraqualia out.